Today is going to be an interesting topic. We're going to talk about the Kenyatta family. Yes, the Kenyatta family. There is a mystery behind the Kenyatta family. There is a covenant which ties the Kenyatta family to this nation, which many Kenyans don't know. And due to this ignorance, it may cost you a lot. You know, when somebody has entered into a covenant, you can't fight that person. The covenant defends them. Yeah, before you attack any person, be careful. Be careful who you're dealing with. Because if that person is under a covenant, that covenant can defend that person. And you'll end up being a casualty. And you'll pay a heavy price for your ignorance. Hello guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cleophas Wanyama Ministries. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're watching me for the first time. Drop a comment, like, and share my videos. For those who want to make donations, the information is at the description box below or at the comment section, which I have pinned. Now, we're talking about the Kenyatta family. There is a covenant between the Kenyatta family and this land. The Kenyatta family is not like any other family. This one thing you need to know, and I'm going to show you from scriptures. In this channel, we talk about the mysteries and the deep things of God. Now, let us go back to Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta, who is the president of Kenya, that was not his real name. He changed the name and made his surname part of the name of this nation, Kenyatta. Now, the original names of Jomo Kenyatta was James Wanyama. His father, was Kamau. Sorry, not James. Sorry, his name was Kamau Wanyama. His dad was Mugai, and then his father died, and then his uncle inherited his mom, and then his uncle was called Ngegi. I don't know, Ngegi, something like that. And then he was called Kamau Wangegi. And then later on, Jomo Kenyatta he became a Christian because those are the days the missionaries were here. He was baptized and he was given a Christian name. He was called Johnston Kamau, which he later changed the name from Johnston to Jomo. Jomo is a key word meaning burning spear. And you know, a spear is a symbol of authority. A spear is a symbol of rulership. When a president is sworn in, for that president to assume the powers, he has to be given the scepter. The scepter is the sword which is given to a head of state once he or she is sworn in. This varies from nations to nations. Without a scepter, there is no power. It is a scepter which makes the ruler exercise his power or become the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. No, that scepter, the spear, the burning spear, was a symbol of rulership. Jomo Kenyatta changed his name. Now, the one Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta used to wear a belt, a Maasai belt. That Maasai belt made with beads, it was called Kenyatta. The name of the belt was Kenyatta, K-I, not K-E from the word Kenya. No, it was Kenyatta. It was K-I-N-Y-I-T-A, Kenyatta. And then people nicknamed him Kenyatta because of the belt he was wearing. And we know that belt are used to, to put the trouser, so that your trouser doesn't fall off. So a belt binds. So that name means to bind, to put something together. And then later on, he changed his name from Kenyatta. You know, Kenyatta was a nickname. The word Kenyatta was a belt, a Maasai word meaning belt, from the word Kenyatta, K-I-N-Y, not K-E. Big difference. And then later on, he adapted the name and he called himself Jomo Kenyatta. Kenyatta from the word Kenya. So he's called burning spear Kenya, and then the T, Burning Spear Kenya. And we know that when names are changed, covenants are made. When names are being changed, covenants are made. Covenants are made to a territory or to a group of people. When God changed the name of Simon to Peter, that was a covenant to make him the head of the church. Peter was the head of the church. He was leading the church. See, that's why God changed his name. When your name is changed, a covenant is made. A covenant of rulership or covenant of leadership. And that covenant lasts. And that covenant speaks from generations to generations. God changed the name of Jacob to Israel. When Jacob's name was changed to Israel, that Israel became a nation. And that's why Jacob had bore 12 sons. And the 12 sons of Jacob made the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, when the name of Jacob was changed, Jacob had entered into a covenant with God. A covenant to form a nation. A covenant to form a nation. When names are being changed, a covenant is made. God changed the name of Saul to Paul. And by that, God made a covenant with Paul to preach the gospel. That's why we find most of the scriptures which we read came from Paul. Paul is the one who was used by God to build his church through his letters, which he has written. Almost the 3/3 of the almost 3/4 of the Bible was written by Paul. So my point is that when names are changed, covenants are made. God changed the name from Abram to Abraham, meaning father of all nations. When Kamau Wamigai changed his name to John Kenyatta, putting the name of a nation, making the name of this nation, Kenya, part of his surname. Jomo Kenyatta had entered into a covenant with this land, and a covenant of rulership and a covenant of leadership, and that covenant stands till today. This is why you'll find the Kenyatta family will always have an upper hand. Let me tell you something. When Uhuru Kenyatta came in 2002 to vie for presidency, most people rejected him. But in 2013, the same people who rejected him voted for him. The mistakes which they saw in him in 2002, they never saw them in 2013. And I'm telling you right now, years to come, if the son of President Uhuru Kenyatta or anybody from the lineage of the Kenyatta family, if he will stand to vie for presidency, let me tell you something, he will win the presidency. Okay, he might fail once or twice like Uhuru Kenyatta failed, but eventually, if a Kenyatta family stands again to run for office in future, a son or a grandchild in the Kenyatta family, let me tell you, they will win the elections and they will become presidents of this nation. Why? Because Jomo Kenyatta made a covenanted this nation to himself. This nation was covenanted to himself. Life is spiritual. If you understand these things, you know why these things are happening. This is why the Kenyatta family is not an ordinary family. There are covenants which are backing that family. They are very strong covenants. And if you try to fight that family, you will never win. With your anointing, with everything, you may try to fight that family, you'll never win because the covenant defends them. A covenant is a spiritual legality. God honors covenants. God honors covenants. Even when Adam ate of the fruit, God did not come and just and change everything right there. No, Adam had to be kicked out of the garden, and mankind had to wait for the Messiah thousands and thousands of years to come, because Adam had entered into another covenant which brought sickness, which brought pain. Covenants speak, and covenants, they last from generations to generations. This is what I'm telling you. There is a covenant of leadership in the Kenyatta family. I want to tell you this thing so that you can be aware. When somebody was made a covenant with the land will fight for them. the land will defend them. There is nobody, let me tell you something, there is nobody who will stand and fight the Kenyatta family and win. Why? Because this land has been covenanted to them. Their surname bears the name of this country. Yes, that's how covenant works. I don't know where Mzee Kenyatta got this idea, but what he did was spiritual. He covenanted this nation of Kenya to himself and to his family. So the Kenyatta family, they are being a family. That family is like a Kenya's royal family. They have been covenanted to this nation. And that covenant speaks to today. And it will continue to speak. Nobody can stand, nobody can fight somebody who is in a covenant and win. The covenant defends, covenant backs you. In the realm of the spirit, everything all operates on the basis of a covenant. That's why we have the old covenant and the new covenant. Everything operates. Covenants give spiritual legalities. Covenants are legal platform through which things operate and how things are worked. So when you find Uhuru Kenyatta ruling Kenya, he's doing it legally. His father made a covenant with this nation. As long as they exist in this nation, they will rule because they made a covenant. It's tied to them. Names are powerful. Names affect destiny. That's why God even changed names of individuals. Names matters a lot. When your name is changed, when you change a name, you enter into covenant to a territory or a group of people. God changed the names of Jacob to Israel, and then he became a nation. That one man called Jacob became a nation. He bore 12 sons, which became the 12 tribes of Israel till today. The Israel which you see right now came from a one man whose name was changed. That's why you find Jomo Kenyatta will still remain the father of this nation because this nation has been covenanted to him. He covenanted himself with this nation. And war is the person who fights covenants. I'm telling you this information so that you know how to deal with such people. Never fight people who have entered into a covenant. You know, I can say that Jomo Kenyatta was smarter than all the founding fathers, was smarter than Jaramogi, because he covenanted this nation to himself spiritually. So, by all means, he became the president, and he ruled, and he died in power. His son came and ruled again. And his grandchildren will come and they will rule again because there is a covenant which he made, which is speaking till today. But that covenant can be broken. But that is a story for another day. But right now, it is a covenant which is speaking between them, between the Kenyatta family and this nation. That's why their surname is the name of this nation. Kenya, Delta, Kenyatta. The notes, the currency, Kenyan currency, carries the face of Jomo Kenyatta. So I believe this is a very important information which Kenyans should know, that Kenya was covenanted to Jomo Kenyatta. He covenanted this nation to himself. Why? By changing names. When names are changed, covenants are entered. When names are changed, covenants are made, and covenants speak, and covenants defense. Everything happens, everything in this world happens in the platform of the covenant. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cleophas Wanyama Ministries. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep on watching my videos, share my videos, subscribe, and God will bless you. If you want to donate, go to the description box or the comment section. I've put the information here. See you in the next video. Bye.